Hello, my name is ZBenDC. In this video, I will go over the VoiceOver features on the iPhone. For the other visual settings, you can play the video in the description or click on the playlist at the end. The phone used in this video is the iPhone SE. To start, go to Settings and scroll down to Accessibility. There are 6 features under the Vision category. First is VoiceOver. Turning this on will allow you to tap any text on your screen and have it read aloud by a computer-generated voice. Instead of tapping once to select, you must tap twice. Scrolling requires you to drag 3 fingers up or down. You can practice using this feature by tapping the blue VoiceOver Practice twice. This feature can be confusing at first, but after some practice it'll start to make sense. If you have Siri set up, you can toggle this option by saying, "Hey Siri, turn on VoiceOver."
Okay, I turned VoiceOver on.
Below this is a bar where you can adjust the speaking speed of the VoiceOver. Alter this by swiping up or down. Under Speech, you can choose which voice you want for VoiceOver. You might have to download some of them. And you have the option to add pronunciations by tapping the cross in the top right corner of the screen. You will enter in the word or phrase you wish to correct, and then type out the phonetic spelling of the word. You can test this by tapping play in the right-hand corner. Going back to Speech, you can also change the pitch of the voice or add another language. We'll come back to the Braille option later, but for now, we are going to go over VoiceOver recognition. Here, you can choose to enable image descriptions. This will take up some space on your device, but it will allow you to hear descriptions of images in apps and online. Next, to indicate whether an image contains sensitive content, you have the option to have the warning spoken, play a sound as an alert, or just to do nothing. Additional languages can be added for image descriptions, but this will take up more space on your device if selected. Lastly, you can choose which apps to apply image descriptions to. Screen recognition will allow you to use apps which do not have accessibility information. This can be accessed through the rotor, which we will cover later. Text recognition should already be turned on, meaning that your phone will speak descriptions of text found in images. Feedback style works the same as the sensitive content option, but for when you are making selections within apps and on the home screen. Under verbosity, you can toggle how much punctuation is spoken by selecting punctuation, then active punctuation group, and then whether you want all, some, or none spoken. You can also scroll through the system groups to observe what specifically is being spoken. Punctuation that is not spoken is listed as ignore. To customize punctuation to your preference, select Add Punctuation Group. You must base it off of one of the original 3 groups. From here, you can add replacements for punctuation that isn't listed already, or change the existing replacements. Next, you can toggle whether you want hints and notifications spoken. Below this, you can choose how you want QuickNav announcements to be relayed. QuickNav is the navigation service included in VoiceOver. Next, you can choose whether you want to be alerted if your flashlight is turned on. At the bottom of verbosity, there are various options for how you would like specific alerts and sounds for each feature. For example, you can choose to have capital letters be spoken, change pitch, play a sound, or do nothing when read. Next is audio. The first section here is for sounds and haptics. Toggle sounds to control whether sound effects will play while using VoiceOver. Match speed volume will make it so the volume of these sound effects will match the volume of everything else on your phone. Haptics are the taps and vibrations that you feel when performing certain tasks on your phone. Below are lists of features which you can individually control to have your preference of sounds and haptics. Audio ducking will lower the volume of one audio source when another source is playing. For example, if you are watching a video and you use VoiceOver, the video will get quieter. Auto-select speaker and call will make it so that if you move your phone away from you while on a call, it will automatically switch to speakerphone. Send to HDMI will allow you to send the phone audio to an external device such as a speaker. You must connect the phone and device with an HDMI cable to use this function. The Commands tab will allow you to view and edit every command that you could enter into your phone with your fingers. All commands will show you in categories how to perform certain tasks. If you tap a category, such as scrolling, you will be shown each command. Tapping one of these commands will show you the method of use, swiping up with 3 fingers in order to scroll down, as well as any keyboard shortcuts, if you choose to connect a keyboard to your phone. By tapping Edit in the top right corner, you can change the touch gesture to your preference. Touch gestures shows the same information categorized differently. On the left is the gesture, and on the right is what performing the gesture does. Keyboard shortcuts will show you functions on the left and the shortcuts on the right. Again, this is only if you connect a keyboard to your phone. Handwriting and Braille screen input similarly show functions for both of these features. The rotor is an important feature in VoiceOver. By rotating 2 fingers as though turning a dial, you can change the functionality of VoiceOver. Selecting the rotor option in the Settings app will allow you to choose which functions you want on the rotor. Some options aren't always on the rotor though. For example, typing mode is on the rotor only when there's a keyboard. In the description is a list of many of the major rotor options and how to use them. One option not on this list is the Braille screen input. This will allow you to type in Braille using 6 fingers. Going back to the VoiceOver page, there is the Braille section, which provides more options for this function, several of which can be toggled while using Braille screen input. I have also included a video in the description which goes more in depth on how to use the Braille function. Going back to the main VoiceOver tab, the next subsection is for typing. The first option is for the typing style. There are 3 different styles, which can be changed when using the rotor when a keyboard is open by flicking up or down with 1 finger. Standard typing will let you slide your finger across the keyboard, reading the letters until you find what you want. Then you have to tap twice to confirm. Touch typing is similar, but instead of tapping twice, when you reach the letter you are searching for, all you have to do is take your finger off the phone. With direct touch typing, you can hold down a finger on the keyboard to find a letter, and then tap it once as though you weren't using VoiceOver. Next is Quick Settings, which, by default, has every setting selected. You can access Quick Settings by tapping with 2 fingers 4 times. This will bring up most of the essential settings for VoiceOver anywhere on your phone. You have 2 options for navigating your phone with VoiceOver. There is the flat setting, where by sliding 1 finger, VoiceOver will rotate through the items on the screen one by one, and the grouped setting, where by sliding 2 fingers right, VoiceOver will move into a group, and sliding 2 fingers left, it will leave the group. You could also change your settings for how VoiceOver navigates images. You can set it to always, where any information related to images on a page will be read out, with descriptions, where only images with an alternative text description will be read out, or never, where images will not be read out. Large cursor will make the border around the selected piece of text larger, and the caption panel will display what is being spoken at the bottom of the screen. Finally, there is the double tap timeout setting, which will allow you to extend or shorten the amount of time it takes for you to tap twice, in the case that you have motor issues and cannot tap twice quickly enough. I know that there are some features that I did not have time to cover in this video, so if you have any questions about using VoiceOver, let me know in the comments. I can also be reached on weekday mornings at 203-729-3299, extension 1016, or by email at zbandisi@indnw.org.